Hello viewers, welcome to our channel. Today, we will be discussing UK immigration airport questions, a critical aspect of the travel experience for individuals arriving in the UK. Being prepared for these questions is of utmost importance, as they play a significant role in determining entry into the country. Hence we will be looking at documentation checks, common questions for all travelers, questions for specific visa holders, and those for transit visa. So make sure you watch till the end of the video, so you do not miss all that is in store. For those new to the family, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, let's get into it. Introduction. Immigration officers usually ask a range of questions to verify the purpose of one's visit, the duration of stay, financial support, and other relevant details. It is essential for travelers to understand the common questions asked, and to provide honest and consistent answers. By being well prepared, individuals can ensure a smoother and more efficient immigration process, ultimately contributing to a positive travel experience. Various resources, including YouTube videos like ours, and visa interview question guides, offer valuable insights into the types of questions that may be asked, enabling travelers to equip themselves with the necessary knowledge and readiness for their arrival in the UK. Section 1. Document checks. When arriving in the UK, the first step for any international traveler is to go through document checks. This process is crucial as it determines whether you are allowed to enter the country. Here's what you need to know about the document checks at UK ports and airports. 1.1. Identity document verification. Upon arrival, your identity document will be checked. This could be your passport or, for certain travelers, a national identity card. It's essential that the document you present is valid for the entire duration of your stay in the UK. For those traveling from within the EU, Switzerland, Norway, Iceland, or Liechtenstein, a national identity card is an acceptable form of identification if you're eligible to use one. 1.2. Visa requirements. At the border, you may be asked to show your identity document. You should have it ready, out of any holder or wallet, and you must remove any face coverings or sunglasses. If you're traveling from Ireland, Jersey, Guernsey, or the Isle of Man, you typically won't need to show your documents, unless you're stopped by a border force officer. 1.3. ePassport gates. Travelers with biometric passports from certain countries can use the automatic ePassport gates at some UK airports. These gates use facial recognition technology to check your identity against the photo in your passport. However, there are age restrictions, and those between 10 and 17 must be accompanied by an adult. 1.4. Carrying additional documents. It's also wise to carry additional documents that can prove your identity or nationality, especially if you're using an expired passport or identity card. These documents could include a driving license, citizenship certificate, or a copy of your passport or identity card that clearly shows your identity. 1.5. Preparing for questions. Be prepared to answer questions about your visit, such as the purpose and duration of your stay, and who is covering your expenses. It's crucial to answer these questions honestly and consistently to avoid any issues during the immigration process. Section 2. Common questions for all travelers. When you arrive at a UK port or airport, you will likely be asked a series of questions by the immigration officer. These questions are designed to verify your identity, assess your intentions, and ensure you meet the requirements for entry into the UK. Here are some of the most common questions, and how to prepare for them. 2.1. Purpose of visit. One of the first questions you'll likely be asked is about the purpose of your visit. The immigration officer wants to understand why you are coming to the UK. This could be for tourism, business, study, or visiting family and friends. Be clear and concise in your response, and be prepared to provide additional details if asked. 2.2. Duration of stay. You will also be asked about the duration of your stay. This helps the immigration officer determine if your planned stay aligns with the visa type or entry clearance you have. Be honest about your plans, and remember that overstaying your visa can lead to serious consequences. 2.3. Financial support. Another common question is about who will be covering your expenses during your stay. The officer wants to ensure that you have sufficient funds to support yourself, without resorting to public funds or unauthorized work. You may need to provide evidence of your financial situation, such as bank statements or a letter from a sponsor. 2.4. Previous visits. If you have visited the UK before, you may be asked about your previous visits. This could include questions about when you visited, why, and where you stayed. Be honest and consistent in your answers, as the immigration officer will have access to your travel history. 2.5. Plans to work. The officer may ask if you plan to work during your stay. If you are entering on a tourist visa, you should not intend to work. If you are on a work or student visa, be prepared to provide details about your employment or study plans. 2.6. Accommodation. You may be asked about where you plan to stay during your visit. Be prepared to provide the address of your accommodation and, if applicable, the name and contact information of the person you will be staying with. Section 3. Questions for specific visa holders. Different types of visa holders may face specific questions at UK immigration. These questions are designed to verify the purpose of your visit and ensure you meet the conditions of your visa. Here are some common questions for different types of visa holders. 3.1. Student visa holders. If you're entering the UK on a student visa, you may be asked about your studies. Questions could include: what course are you studying? Which university or college are you attending? How long is your course? How will your studies be funded? You should be prepared to provide details about your course, including the start and end dates, and have a clear understanding of your financial situation. You may also be asked to provide a letter of acceptance from your university or college. 3.2. Skilled worker visa holders. If you're entering the UK on a skilled worker visa, you may be asked about your employment. Questions could include: what job will you be doing? Who is your employer? How much will you be paid? Do you have a certificate of sponsorship from your employer? You should be prepared to provide details about your job, including your job title, duties, and salary. You may also be asked to provide a copy of your certificate of sponsorship. 3.3. Visitor visa holders. If you're entering the UK on a visitor visa, you may be asked about your plans during your visit. Questions could include: what is the purpose of your visit? How long do you plan to stay? Where will you be staying? Do you have any friends or relatives in the UK? You should be prepared to provide details about your travel plans, including your accommodation and any sightseeing or activities you plan to do. If you're visiting friends or relatives, you may be asked to provide their contact information. 3.4. Transit visa holders. If you're entering the UK on a transit visa, you may be asked about your onward journey. Questions could include: what is your final destination? When is your onward flight? Do you have a visa for your final destination, if required? You should be prepared to provide details about your onward journey, including your flight details and any visas required for your final destination. Section 4. Transit visa and related questions. Transit visas are required for certain travelers who are passing through the UK, en route to another country. If you're a transit visa holder or need to pass through UK border control, you may encounter specific questions related to your transit status. Here's what you need to know about the transit visa process, and the types of questions you might be asked. 4.1. Understanding transit visas. There are two types of transit visas in the UK, the Visitor and Transit Visa, and the Direct Airside Transit Visa, DATV. The Visitor and Transit Visa is for those who will pass through UK border control, while the DATV is for those who won't pass through border control, but need to change flights in the UK. 4.2. Eligibility and Requirements. To be eligible for a transit visa, you must prove that you are in transit to another country with enough funds, and the intention to travel on. Can enter that country. Will leave the UK within 48 hours, for Visitor and Transit Visa, or 24 hours, for DATV. 4.3. Common questions for transit visa holders. When you arrive at UK immigration, you may be asked questions to confirm your transit status. These can include: what is your final destination? Can you show your onward ticket? Do you have the necessary visa or entry clearance for your final destination? What is the purpose of your visit to your final destination? How long will you be staying in the UK? Be prepared to provide evidence of your onward journey, such as a confirmed flight ticket. If you're required to have a visa for your final destination, you should have this ready to show to the immigration officer. 4.4. Proof of onward journey. One of the key pieces of evidence you'll need to provide is proof of your onward journey. This could be a plane ticket, showing your flight out of the UK to your final destination. The immigration officer will want to ensure that you have a legitimate reason to transit through the UK, and that you plan to leave promptly. 4.5. Additional documentation. In some cases, you may be asked to provide additional documentation related to your transit through the UK. This could include a letter from your employer if you're traveling for work, evidence of your reason for travel, such as a conference invitation or family event, proof of your ties to your home country, or country of residence, to show that you intend to return there. In conclusion, it is essential to be well prepared for UK immigration airport questions to ensure a smooth entry process. By understanding and anticipating the common questions asked by immigration officers, individuals can provide honest and consistent answers, ultimately facilitating a more efficient and positive immigration experience. Thanks for watching. Did you like the video? Do you have friends and family that can benefit from this information? Then do not forget to share, like and subscribe for more content. Shalom.